Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Dad Religion Podcast. I'm Jason. That's Jim. Um, my leftist radical scum brain wants to put this one out to Minnesota.
Uh,
To all the people in Minnesota. Uh, it's a war zone out there, and we can get into that at a different time.
we
But
will. We will.
yes, I want to put this out to them and Godspeed.
And
I,
protection, God protection as well. So,
how you doing?
I'm doing alright, bro. I'm tripping out a little bit, I'm feeling a little eerie. You make predictions sometimes, and, like, I've told you this before, I don't think you always get it right when you make predictions about people. I don't think you always get it on the nose about the people, but when you make predictions about events, god, that shit happens more often than I feel comfortable with, and you just made another one, and it's freaking me out a little bit. Care to share?
Don't be scared.
Yo, no,
Um,
don't be scared.
don't be scared. Yeah, I'll share that. I don't know if you want me to share it now or you want me to share
Yeah.
it later.
Now share your prediction, and we'll
All
talk about it later on.
right. My prediction, and actually, there's another big streamer. His name is Jolly Good Ginger, who also predicted this. But I can be witness. The day before, I was taking a shower and I was thinking about this in the shower and it just hit me. It just fucking hit me. And I literally got out of the shower, got dressed, cleaned up, and I called Jim right away. And I'm like, all right, I have another prediction.
Wow.
Now it's just a prediction.
Usually my stomach starts to bubble about that point when you say that. Anyway, go on.
So I gave Jim this prediction, and then literally the next day, Jolly came out with this video, and he pretty much said the exact same thing I said. With a few more words and a few more cuss words. And so Jim is testament that I did it the day before. Now once you hear it, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, that makes total sense. It makes total sense. So I feel how the midterms will probably be affected in a negative manner, um, to go the side of the conservatives. This is how I feel it will go. I feel that the government will put ICE agents at probably you can't get them at every, obviously you're not going to have them at every freaking polling station, but a good majority in these big metropolitan cities, these mostly Democratic strongholds. I believe ICE will be stationed near there. I don't. It's really against the. They can't put them at the polling station, right? I mean, they could. They like to break the law, but they really they can't put them at the polling station, but they can put them near the polling station. They can pull people from going to the polling station, um, and they can scare people from going to the polling station. So I think that that's what's going to happen. They're going to like pull people, and they're going to hold them. And then when they find out they're U.S. citizens, they're going to be like, okay, you can go now, but then the polling station will be closed. They'll keep them for a certain amount of time. Or they're just going to scare people from going. I also think you probably think, well, we got mail-in ballots. Well, I think between now and then they're gonna do something to outlaw that somehow. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, this Congress is a bunch of pussies, and so is the Senate, and they don't, even if they know it's wrong, they just let it fly.
Oof.
The Supreme Court, we don't even have that anymore. So again, I hope I'm completely wrong. I know it's going to scare some people from going. I mean, I get it.
We'll get
Understood.
we will get into this a little bit later, but, I don't think they even have to do all of that, Jason, to make a difference. All they gotta do is have, an ICE presence in the state to put a chill on people in neighborhoods, and they don't
That's
have to
not
even
enough. That's not enough. I think people are fed up, and I think that they're going to have to. I think okay, let's save this for a little bit, and I'll tell you what I think will happen. And again,
Excellent.
we'll talk about that a little bit
Well,
later.
what I
But
want
hey, I
what's astonishing to me is that you do a little Nostradamusing every once in a while, and you get that shit right. That kinda freaks me out. Like, you should maybe think of another career as, like, what, like an illusionist or or
like a mentalist.
A mentalist, yeah, like,
Speaking of mentalists, have you
like,
seen,
oh,
O's the Mentalist?
oh, yeah, you shared it with me. Yeah,
That dude, I
crazy.
spent probably 2 hours just watching his videos.
I can see that, dude, it's weird because I'm watching I see, and I was watching it wrong. I was watching it like he was gonna be doing he's an illusionist, so I'm looking for the the misdirection and stuff like that, and it's different. He's what he's doing is he's reading these people, right? Like, and making he probably does some research on the people that he's gonna be doing this with, don't you think?
No,
No, not at
no.
all? That's
He says he does
that
0 like, sometimes I was listening to him on Sean Ryan. Sometimes he comes up with the concept in the shower before he goes on. Like, he did one
wow!
on Jimmy Fallon on The Tonight Show, and he said he was in the shower when he did it.
This is
Sometimes he
getting
does it
uncomfortably familiar, Jason. You were in
yeah,
the shower, he's in
yeah.
the shower.
So I
I'm
didn't
like,
even think about that. Sometimes he says it's like 6 hours before. He's like he does it. If anything, he'll start a week before thinking of what he's gonna do, but he doesn't like when he did it with the Rams. Like
right.
how
So
can he know who the who he's gonna throw it to? Like he could
let's
say
let people know exactly kinda what it is that he's doing, because 'cause we're just talking about it like, "Wow, that was weird," not really saying what it is that he does.
so this gentleman. I wish we could show a clip. I wonder if we can show a clip, but
Probably not without
this
copyright infringement.
this gentleman, he'll go into like he does a lot of like Fortune 500 like company retreats and a lot of sports teams, and he goes on a lot of like news shows, like morning shows. He goes on like Howard Stern, stuff like that, and he reads these people. Like on Howard Stern, he 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 Howard Stern was there with his wife Beth,
Okay.
and he's like, I know there is a safe word that there's a word that you guys have when one of you passes. Like I can't remember how he explained it. Like it's a word that you would hear. Like if I haunt you, this is what I'm gonna say. You'll know it's me or something like that. It was just a joke. It was just a joke between them. And he's like, there's not a chance in hell. Howard's like, you would know this. And his wife's like, no. He's like, did I tell you anything? Did I give you any is there any way I can know this? Can I go on the internet? Can I go? He's like, no, this is just between us. No one knows it, just me and her. No one has known it. This dude, I don't remember how exactly he did it, what questions he asked, but he got looked at Howard and he's like, I want you to envision it in your head, like what it is. And he's sitting there and he's writing and he turns it around and it was boobies. And that was the word that they have between them, boobies. And he guessed it right away.
Yeah.
Not right away, it took him like 10 minutes, but it's the way he reads them. I don't know how he comes up with letters and stuff, like how he reads their body language and he looks at tendencies. There's another one on the Sean Ryan show. He's like, okay, it was at the very end. He did something with it was a slow burn on that show. So he handed him an envelope in the beginning. He's like, no one's ever touched this. It's never left here. You have cameras. You've seen it. Yada 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 yada. Anyways, at the end, he did that one. And that one's a long one, so I don't want to explain it all. But he's like, all right, I want you to. There's a guy that you have in the back that greeted me, and he said to me, he's like, I want you to blow Sean's mind. Do you know who Sean Ryan is?
Yeah, he's a podcaster, right? But there's something else about
He's a podcaster, former Navy SEAL.
yeah, did
Um,
he just came out against, something conservative that, was it?
I well, he's like the opposite Joe Rogan, kinda, because Joe Rogan started off as real liberal, 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 and then kind of morphed. Now,
Right, okay,
Sean is still really, really conservative,
but
but the people that he has on are
ah,
from all walks. Like he had Hunter Biden on, he had Gavin
right,
Newsom on.
right,
He had what's his name? What's his
yeah,
name?
th
Kahana?
th
Is that how you
they
say
were
it?
talking about him on, Breaking Points the other day, that's how I know who it is. Yeah,
I
okay.
really like him. I've watched him transition
Mm.
and just be like, "This is not right," and just kinda anyways.
Get
Anyways,
out.
so Oz was on there, and he's like, bring him in. I think his name was Chris.
Okay.
He's like, Chris. He's like, we've never talked. We talked 3 minutes when I got here, and that was it. I don't know you. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing. I didn't even know your name until I got in here. So he's like, I want you to think of any guest that you would love, living or dying, to be the next guest on here. He's like, I want you to picture your top one. He's like, do you got it? He's like, yeah. He's like, you know what? Stop that. I want you, because I mean, I could maybe Google that, right? I could probably find out what your top guess would be if I did some sort of research or something like that. He's like, let's make it harder. I want you to pick your second guest. He said second or third guess. He's like, and he's looking at him, he's looking at him. He's like, okay, now I can tell just the way you're looking at me that it's a man and he's living. He's like, yes. Writes it down. He shows Sean. He's like, all right, I want you to reveal what your second guest that you would want to have on here of all time. And it was Kim Jong Un. And on the thing was Kim Jong Un.
Oh, that's great.
And I was, how do you do that shit? How does he do it? I don't know if he's scamming us, but how could he scam
No,
us?
he's not
How is there a
scamming.
scam
No,
there?
he's got a talent is what it is, Jason, that happens all the time, If the dude really had magic, he'd be like, working for the CIA because there's no way you know what I'm saying? It's not real magic. And there's two reasons why. One, there's no such thing as real magic, and two, there's no such thing as magic. So, like, it's something
Nah, no,
something
no, no.
that's
There is such thing as magic.
it's something that's explainable. Magic as like a metaphor for something, some feeling that you have, maybe, but there's no such thing as like real hocus pocus magic.
Yes,
There's
there is.
no, we're gonna totally disagree on that. There's nothing that can't eventually be explained by science.
I didn't say magic can't be explained, but it's still
Oh,
magic.
okay. Well, then we're
If
then we're
you
just
if you're like, ooh, you have two balls in your hand, close your hand, I'm gonna tap your hand, you open it up, the two balls are in one hand now. That's magic. Whether it's fake or not, it's magic. That's like
right.
saying there's no such thing as wrestling.
We're using a different.
But there is,
We're using a
you
different
know,
definition for the word magic. I think what I'd say is maybe metaphysical. There's nothing really metaphysical. It's all explainable. So
there has been stories I've heard of medical miracles
yeah.
that they can't explain.
Yet
Doctors can explain it. There's no
yet
explanation for it.
yet
That's magic.
and until it's explained, keep it, dude, like during the Middle Ages, 1400s, 1300s, 1200s, 1100s, m they believed in magic. It was a real thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, they believed that people could conjure stuff up, and they burnt people at the stake because they thought that they were able to do these things, but the truth is, that was just a cultural imaginary that those people held and believed in magic. The truth, none of those things were true at all. Like, these are just midwives helping women have babies and things like that, and they would kill them because their crop died because they thought magic, you know what I'm saying? And it wasn't a case of magic was different back then. That's what their brain believed. That was the world that they believed. They would be born and have no choice but to believe in magic their whole entire life because there was nothing in that world that would say that magic didn't exist. But it didn't. The cow died because it had a disease. The field didn't grow because it was nutrient deprived, that kind of stuff that we know now. You get what I'm saying? That's the kind of magic that I say doesn't exist.
I think you're very pessimistic.
Dude,
I want to do. I
you
want to.
you do not know how badly I've wished magic were real in my whole life, dude. Even as an adult reading Harry Potter, I'm like, oh fuck, there's got to be some kind of magic. Like, just get the right kind of wand, and like a little leverage on it when you whip off your spell. There's got to be something that no,
Side note. Side note.
go for it.
This is off topic, but I've never seen one full Harry Potter movie. Moving on. Um,
You don't watch movies, so
yeah, movies. I do watch movies. I just
you
don't. Number one, I won't watch them more than twice unless they're absolutely amazing because I don't. I have
yeah,
a really ADD brain. My brain don't stop. When I'm watching a movie, I'm thinking about something else unless it's really gripped me and got me engaged. I'm like,
Me
"Oh,
too.
shit, I forgot to freaking pay that bill. I gotta get out there and pay that. Oh, man, I gotta start the laundry over there. Oh, it doesn't stop.
You know
It
what
doesn't
I'm doing?
stop."
I'm ahead in the plot. If I'm not like I'm still in the movie, but I'm figuring out everything that's gonna fucking happen, you know,
Uh,
making all of my
s
fucking
s
predictions.
same, same, and then I talk about it and I get told to shut up.
Yep. And yeah, I'm probably at about 60% on my prediction, you know, like, I'm not always 100%, but I get about 6 I'm over 50% on that.
I've
Sometimes it
seen one movie 3 times in the theater because I liked it that much,
Which
and that's
one?
the only time, Gangs of New York.
Oh, that's a good movie.
I love that movie. I loved it.
I
Um,
saw
but
the original Star Wars 22 times in the movie theater when I was a kid. But,
yikes.
of course, there were no video recorders or anything back then, so if you wanted to see it, you had to go to the movies. So every time Empire Strikes Back came out, and then Star Wars came out again. They'd be both at the movie theater at the same time, and then Return of the Jedi came out, and then all 3 of them they'd release all 3 of them at the same time. So we'd go and see one, and then see the other, and then see the other, like, my cousins and I would do
See
that.
see, back then, that was, like, new technology,
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
I think if you see a movie once, why do you need to see it again? That's just my
Okay, yeah, yeah, you know what? That's a fair question, and my wife asks it all the time, and I'm of the opposite school with that because I do that with books too. I reread books. I've read the Chronicles of Narnia probably a dozen times. I probably read the Chronicles of Narnia half a dozen times before I was 12. I read Lord of the Rings. I've read the Lord of the Rings at least a half a dozen times, probably more than that, and not including listening to it on audiobooks. Harry Potter, I've read the whole series. I've read the whole series, you know, in the books twice and listened to the audiobooks twice. The Dark Tower series by Stephen King, read the whole series of books twice, listened to the audiobooks, I think only once. But dude, it just every time you do it, for someone like me who has ADD and my mind drifts off sometimes, I pick up the things that I missed the first time through, and so just more gets revealed is what it is, and I really like storytelling, Jason, like, you know, the classic hero adventure is just something that I've always really been drawn to since I was in Sunday school, you know, back in the day. I loved all those stories. Yep.
I've never seen any Lord of the Rings.
No, no.
I've
That's one you oughta
never
see.
seen Game of Thrones.
They didn't stick the landing. I wouldn't get on that journey if I were you.
I, uh I'm very particular with I will watch TV series, but I'm very particular with it. And
Yeah,
what I like to do, like I'm watching that show Fallout right now,
yeah, that's
and
pretty
I hate it because I can't binge watch it. I wanna binge watch it. I don't I wanna get it done with. I wanna watch it and get it done with, so move on to something else. In my
Yeah,
brain, it's on every Wednesday, and it's just, like, drives me crazy. Like,
yeah.
why can't I just watch it all right now?
My favorite podcast that I listen to that it's a different kind of podcast than what you and I normally binge into is but the one that I like the best is called the British History Podcast or the BHP with, Jamie Jeffers. I think it's Jeffers. And, there are currently he is at I'll tell you exactly how many episodes they're at right now. I think it's 400 and, 489 is where they are in their episodes. They started British history back at, like, 10,000 years BC, and they've gone forward since then, and they're still only at the Crusades. But, I've listened to every single one of those and about 120 bonus episodes that are about an hour and 20 minutes long each, and now I've gone back to the beginning, and I'm at 240 for the second time. Yeah, I know.
I
Right. It's
what
a great
I,
it's a great podcast though, Jason. I wish that I could share it with you because it's, the way that he gathers information and tells a story is really special. He does an excellent, excellent job. So shout out to the British History Podcast.
you are very, educated. That's all.
Uh, no,
You
it's
know
not like that. So here's how it works, right? It's the ADD thing. It's that being neurodivergent thing. About some things, I do get educated because I get obsessed over them and go over and over. Like, okay, so there's the Ken Burns baseball documentary. You know what I'm talking about? You remember,
Oh
Ken?
yeah, I have watched that. That's amazing. Ken
Okay, so
Burns is amazing.
right. So I've watched that baseball documentary probably a dozen times through, and some episodes over and over again. I have large swaths of it dedicated to memory. I can read out the poem that he reads at the beginning. Probably, it is played everywhere in parks and playgrounds and prison yards by. Oh, actually, maybe I don't know the whole thing, but at one point I was able to read it off the way that I could do the preamble to the Declaration of Independence. It's like I don't know why, but when the storytelling is really, 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 really good, I wanna be absorbed into it. Because I'm trying to learn so that I can tell stories like that someday myself. I don't know. But it really, really brings me in. So that's, and, here's the other thing. I'm dyslexic and, it's hard for me to read out loud. So, like, when I'm in the band, I memorize all of the songs. I have to memorize all the lyrics. It was like that when I did theater. I had to, or not just theater, like, interpretation of literature. You're really supposed to read it when you're doing interpretation of literature competitively, but I can't read in front of people. I get panic, I start to breathe heavy, my heart rate goes up, my vision gets blurry. I can't read it, it's just a weird freaking thing. So I had memorized everything. Everything the band does, I have it all memorized. I don't ever put myself into the position to have to read live because I'm just not very good at it. Anyway.
Yeah, I have those compulsions too because I have ADD also, and I have those compulsions.
Right.
I the one podcast that really love. It's called Malevolent Mischief, and it's basically it reads Reddit stories, like
Oh,
true horrible Reddit stories or Reddit revenge stories. Like these people write into Reddit and they tell how they got revenge on their wife who cheated on them or a war. It's great, dude. I love it. I love that stuff. Or
dark,
like
dark.
police body cam ones where they tell the story of this horrible, crime. And it's basically, if you watch it, it's all the police body cam of everything from the from the into the interrogation room where they interrogate them, and most of it is the interrogation, trying to get them listening to the police on how they start off, like being all nice, buddy, buddy. Yeah, have a cigarette. You want something? You want something? Oh yeah, I know this sucks. Yeah, yeah. Until the very end, where they're like, "We know you fucking did it. We got this, this, this. There's no ifs, ands, or buts around it." And a lot of them are like, they that the last one I listened to is a murder that was 30 years ago, where the guy had already given he passed a lie detector test and he'd already given his statement and he was let go, but then DNA came in prevalent. So they got him, dude. But he doesn't know, so they're bringing him back in because they're
Wow.
revisiting. It's wild, dude. It's wild. Once he gets caught, you see his face when he realizes that I'm fucked. It's it's
It's a
crazy.
spin on the whole murder TV thing,
Yeah, yeah.
but it's a different angle for sure, sure.
All
Hey, so
right.
check it out. We've been wrapping here for a minute. Why don't we wrap this up? We were gonna get into the whole, Minnesota thing, but there's no way that we're gonna go ahead and
Yeah,
dedicate
we've been
another.
trying to keep these a little bit shorter, keep the attention span.
Yep.
Hopefully we can get people listening a little longer.
Yeah.
I just started a TikTok. It scares the shit out of me, but I'm gonna see what I can do to get that going. Go check out our Spotify. Come on, 20 minutes. You only need to listen for 23 minutes to get here. Go to our Spotify. Just give us a follow, like this, share it with your friends. Come on, give these old men, get us to 100
And
followers. I'd be happy with that. We love doing this, whether we
yeah,
have 2 followers or 50 followers. But
do that.
I would love to have 150 followers. I would love to have 10,000 followers, but we'll see.
Yeah.
One day.
Amazing.
Yeah, good luck. Anyways, all right, brother.
Alright, homie.
Good
We've,
talk. We'll talk
we'll
later.
talk next time. It'll be a little bit more serious, I guess, huh? Ugh.
Yeah, yeah, let's do it.
Alright, man. Later.
All right, peace.